Alright, so you were the timekeeper. You seen it all go down. I asked you if I should battle this man, and he wanted to battle for $100, but he decided to back up. But I asked you if you would spot me, and you said, yeah. Like, you said yes. So, as a timekeeper, and as a man that was on stage, what was your experience from this night?
Well, first and foremost, like the niggas had no guap whatsoever. They had no money. You know what I mean? Like, dude was talking like he really wanted to battle for money. And then when the money got brought up, then he pulls Bush to the side and is like, yeah, you guys should battle, but it shouldn't be for money. It should just be for like something else. And so I'm like, wow, how are you going to propose battling for $100? And then you're not battling for money. So that was first and foremost. Second off, like, dude, like, I understand that freestyling is just that. Whatever comes out is what you say, and sometimes it might not necessarily make sense. But anytime you're not even using words that are associated with the English language, like, he said several lines that were not English. And I don't know what language they were. I don't know whether they were made up. I don't know if he was like speaking in tongues while he was battling. I don't know what it was. But it made entirely no sense. So by virtue of that, his ass should have been disqualified. You know, those were some of the things that stood out. Lyrically, it wasn't even this wasn't exercise for you. Like, this wasn't, you know, this wasn't exercise.
I mean, I feel that I didn't battle anybody to any big standard, but I mean, he called me out.
Yeah, but you can't call somebody out. And then also, what I also want to mention too is that this guy takes his shoes off on stage, which was biting because my cousin had took his shoes off on stage and ironically enough had clean socks on. This guy takes his shoes off and his socks were dingy. And then in his rap, he's making an excuse for being dingy. He's like, I'm on the block all day, I don't want the boys to be on me. Well, the boys aren't going to see your fucking socks, you imbecile.
Filthy.
Like, the police, last time I checked, the police aren't gonna, hey nigga, take your shoes off. I know you got crack in your socks.
I'm sorry to say filthy.
Like, so to me, I don't know, it was just suspect. It was really a good time. I don't even want to say it was really an exercise in lyrical dexterity for you. I mean, this guy he was in a different class. He wasn't on Bush's level. But I think it speaks to a larger problem that we have in hip-hop, which is you have a blatant person that's maybe 1 or 2 steps from being homeless talking like he's a boss. During that conversation, he asked, or during that battle, or what he considered was a battle, he asked my cousin Bush if he was like, you ain't a boss? Well, what the fuck are you? I mean, you're showing up with socks that are I don't even want to say white. It was like off dingy. It was off dingy. Like, that's a new color for you out there. Off dingy. Not like a solid dingy. Off dingy. So you showed up with that. The shoes, which you pointed out, had holes in them. And like I said, the neck looked like Debo was trying on that t-shirt hella times before he gave it back to you.
My t-shirt.
But yet you're a boss. Yet you're a boss. And then we're listening to, and this is kind of off the subject, but I don't care. Then we're listening to your set, and we can't differentiate whether you're spitting your verse or not. Like, there was like 3 different voices on the songs, and you were rapping all 3 of them. Over the vocals.
You're rapping over your vocals.
So we didn't know whether you were rapping your verse, your man's verse. You know,
sitting on
maybe
stage.
your stepdad was absent. He got on the song with you. He was absent, couldn't make it. Maybe your little guy cousin was on the verse, but we don't know who it was. And so basically, I say that to say this is that, you know, there was no way he had the credentials to battle you because professionally, his music, it wasn't where it needed to be. And then second off, you're talking about you're a boss, but you have on off dingy socks. I have a problem with that. I have a major problem with that.
This man challenged me several times after I told him I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
And I was being truthful. I felt bad for him. I really did. He was really scrawny.
Well, look at the kid's head, man. Look at the kid's head.
He
Like
looked
I said.
like the little Goombas from Mario Brothers. Remember that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, anytime. Well, how old was this guy? Was he?
I mean, he looked 12, but I mean, he was about 20 something.
I'm assuming mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
But yet your head still hasn't developed into a full adult head.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And I'm not talking because I look rather young myself, but I'm saying his body was undeveloped and his head was undeveloped. Like, he looked like he could have been representing like MCs over in Ethiopia or something like that. And I don't mean to be mean. I don't mean to talk about, you know, my people over in Africa, but he looked like an Ethiopian MC that just came over. I'm saying, I don't know. Anyways, man, but he, you know, he had the heart to try to get out there and battle with you.
I mean,
and we respect you for that. But I just get so tired of people saying that they're a boss and your socks aren't clean. What boss do you know? His socks aren't clean. I'm sure. And then you have the audacity to take your shoes off, and your socks are ridiculously dingy. I just have a problem with that.
But
and
overall, Flo, did that battle show anything to the people of Sacramento?
I don't. You know what? That battle doesn't do anything for you. I mean, you're smacking up an infant out there. To me, that does nothing for you for your credentials. Like, you're not going to earn any stripes off that. But if anything, people might look at you in a negative light because they feel like that you were picking on a homeless Ethiopian MC. And I kind of feel like that as well. I was somewhat disappointed in Bush midway through that battle because I felt like he was picking on somebody that was homeless and Ethiopian with an extremely small head.
I mean, but I felt that because we was watching him the whole time. I was like, I want to battle. I should battle this guy just so he can end his career. But then I got on stage and my thing. He jumped on my stage. I told him to get off pretty much. I'm done with my set because you're on my stage.
Right.
He thought that I was being, I don't know, a fucking asshole.
Right.
And I told him, I was like, you know, I don't need no hype man. I mean, I do this.
Right.
And you don't know my lyrics anyway, so get the hell off my stage.
Right. He should have been on stage.
And then he came up to me like, I'll battle you for $100. Nigga, right
$100, which he didn't have.
Right.
I'd like to point out.
Alright, well, we're gonna get into the third verse. This is Floe Montana, my cousin. And thank you.
Go for a third and final round. Go. Third and final round.
Hey, go first.
Hey, Bush.
Go first. Go first. Go first.
Hey,
Go
hey,
first.
hey,
Feel good.
hey, let's go like this though. Nigga, you ain't on my shoes. Let me take them off, nigga. Hey,
Go.
hit on me my socks, dog. You know I got dirty shoes. I take care of 4 kids. Hey, that's dumb rules. You wanna see me, dog? I'm done cool. I'm that dude, man, yeah. I'm dumb rule. You wanna fuck with me, you got the DMC shirt on. You ain't that dude, man, you can't wear that, dog. I'm too cool. I'm really that boss. You really can't see me, man, I don't see no floss. You know why I ain't got no floss? Cause I raised mine. I gives a fuck, man, yeah. I blaze mine. I spit the dub blunts. Yeah, the purple. You know why I got that? Cause I grow it. I'm purple. You ain't the dude. Yeah, I gives a fuck.
Fuck him.
Why you keep yelling at me, man?
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it. Feel good music.
Feel good.
Time. That's what he do, though. That's what he do.
This man's over here trying to say I'm a pig. You up in Maryland? I thought you had 4 kids. This dude's over here trying to battle me for nothing. On the microphone going, not saying nothing. Tripping over his tongue. Man, tie that shit up, son. Look at this dude, his belt buckle's all done. You should pull your pants back up, it's really sad. Go ahead, this is 5, 4, 3, do the math. I'm so damn tight, you can listen to this. Almost ran out of breath, but my nigga, you ran out of fits. You can go ahead and throw a fit. Them shoes ain't Nikes, they counterfeit. I can kind of see a little bit of holes in them too. I can kind of see them, man, they kind of resemble you. Trash. How many MCs laugh? Go ahead, look at this nigga wearing a glad bag. Who wanna try to battle me, dude? Look at this guy. Go ahead, turn around.